We're back. This is Renovate and Build with Jim and Sandra, powered by Fair Trade Works.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard.
Good morning. Hope you're enjoying your weekend and not getting too overwhelmed in holiday expectations.
What? Holiday expectations?
I'm laughing because you have to understand Jim Perkins, of course, the founder and president of Fair Trade Works and my boss. He has a whole team of women in the office that take care of all of his holiday plans besides his personal Christmas shopping. So, Christmas party last night, the team had a great time.
Yeah, it's been of course you're involved in it. It's been an incredibly busy year, and it was just nice for us all to get together. I always find we're always just crossing each other at the door in the office, and it was just kind of great to sit back and look at the motley crew and just kind of reflect on the year. As we got a bunch of fitness freaks at Fair Trade Works, so I think
it was an early night.
It was an early night, same as last year. I think we all had a couple of drinks each, and then we were onto the water. So we're horrible, a bit of a sad crew, but no, it was it was good. It was just good to get just to sit with the crew and just relax and have some dinner, and good times.
A nice time to reflect on the year as well. And for those of you who do get caught up in all of the holiday entertaining, and Jim, I know this doesn't include you, but you get to know what some of the women and clients are going through, the parties, the shopping, of course, a lot of the home improvement ideas. You have relatives or people coming over for all different kinds of parties in the house. So
and
there's a lot of prep.
There is, yeah, and just it's kind of interesting to see because we're super busy now, even right before Christmas, and it's fun to I find myself going around homeowners and just kind of checking in, and their relatives are already kind of popping by and getting organised, and everybody's kind of commenting on, oh, it did great. It's already starting that kind of festive spirit, and everybody's kind of interacting, going around each other's homes and commenting on the yearly upgrades and what's next. Oh, I'm going to do that, and passing cards around, and we're looking forward to another fantastic year at Fair Trade Works next year.
Well, and I said when you spend that much time in your home during the holidays, that's the time that you really realize what you need done as well. So it's always an interesting time for being able to review your home and where you're at.
And everything does slow down a wee bit, like you said, and people do spend an abnormal time at home sitting down and looking at things, and just, people think
dreaming.
And I think people always kind of think back, what this next year, what's going on, what we're going to budget on the home, and the ideas start to flow, and we're here to listen and capture some of that market for next year, so it's exciting times.
Well, so often I've thought, it's too bad my home couldn't help me during these busy times, but then I was suddenly reading it really can help me right now. According to a new British study, Jim, the smart home technology market is going to be a $60 billion, yes, $60 billion a year industry by the year 2017. So it's advancing at the speed of light right now. And to tell us how fast it's coming on and more about this technology and what it can do for you and me in our homes, we're joined on the phone right now by the Chief Marketing Officer of Samsung Canada, Mark Childs. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you both?
Great, thank you.
Very well, very good, Mark. I'm going to bounce straight into the first question here. So what do we really mean when we say smart homes, and why do you feel this has turned so quickly into a multi-billion-dollar industry here in Canada?
Well, I think the smart home market, I think first and foremost, is growing rapidly and evolving at that same rapid pace. And it's exciting to be part of the Samsung organization that is leading that evolution and leading that change. And I think really what it means is it's bringing us into a much more connected environment, a connected home environment, both from a technology point of view, but also importantly from a design aesthetic point of view. So we're very excited about this future trend, and I know we're heading into the holidays, but certainly come January 1st, 2015, many of us will be starting to think about home improvements and the future of the things in the home.
Mark, where are we right now with smart home technology with Samsung?
Well, I think what's been happening over recent times at Samsung is it's really been an opportunity to integrate technology in our homes. And so many of the technology and innovation that we've been bringing to the marketplace is already connected. So today we can, connect first and second screens, so we can screen mirror from a mobile or a tablet to a television. We can, observe and control appliances with those same devices. And even with the latest evolving technology in wearables, we can now, put the remote to one side and control devices such as TV and cable boxes. So, I would say that connected technology is here and part of our lives that we live, and I think the future is vibrant and exciting.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. I was just thinking about that and being in the home building industry myself, just about how, even 10 years ago, we'd finish a home and like the TV and the sound was all just kind of retrofitted afterwards, right? And it's really interesting now these days, and it's getting more and more where we really integrate that with the build. So it's all that stuff is hidden behind the walls, and it's really integrated with the whole home. And then when a consumer comes along or a purchaser, then they can tap into that with their kind of devices, and it just makes this really, like you said, this kind of seamless environment from what they're used to in the office or in the car now, and then they go into their home, and it just makes this, we're moving forward in technology, so it's super exciting. Mark, next question. Is there a challenge in getting different platforms, phone makers, appliance manufacturers together to agree on innovation and the speed it's happening and kind of the same platform in the field?
Yeah, I think certainly if we look to the past, I think there's been a lot of complexity in multi-platforms, and I think certainly our organization and the innovation that we're bringing to the table today and for tomorrow really intends to simplify that connectivity. And I'm excited this year to have had the opportunity with Samsung and Canderel Residential here in Toronto to bring what we describe as a single source platform to the table using technology and the connected home app to really bring a seamless integration of technology into the condo market here in Toronto. And I think that is just the beginning of what we're going to see in Canada. But I think it really is key that there is a seamless and a simplicity for you and I, the average person kind of controlling technology and innovation in our homes.
Can you just tell us a little about your integration in those condos in Toronto and what you've done and what the homeowners will be able to see?
Yeah, I mean, basically, at the young YC condos with Canderel, essentially through the use of this connected home app and what is currently going to be a wall-mounted tablet, essentially, you can control and observe and monitor security in your home. You can control audio and video and even lighting and blinds. So it really is, a simple case of, a familiar device that we're used to being able to control and monitor, many of the devices and connected technology that we expect in our homes today.
We use Samsung at our company because it's always so easy to use and to teach new people how to use your technology. What advice will you be giving homeowners who are concerned about being able to try out the technology before they integrate into it?
Well, the great news is that folks like Canderel obviously have showrooms that enable prospective buyers to experience the very real application that they might be buying into. But I think what I would say is today, certainly our audience that we describe as young-minded consumers, our early adopters of technology, are quite familiar with integrated technology. And our hope is that we're building on a platform that is already familiar rather than trying to invent or create something that doesn't have that sense of familiarity. So I know for me, myself, I've put the remote control to one side. I now use the Galaxy Gear on my wrist to change channel and turn my TV off. And I think that is something that is almost an incoming expectation from the folks today who are interested in this opportunity of integrated technology and smart home technology, because they are early adopters.
See, next I'll be in trouble for starting my Samsung washer and dryer from the office.
Well, you certainly can diagnose things that might be wrong with your washer dryer today to hopefully get you back and operational quick and fast.
Mark, I think you already answered my next question, but it was about, with technology ever changing, how do you kind of, and these kind of familiarities with home technology and integration, how do you kind of get people to make sure that who are struggling with adoption of these kind of platforms, and connected to their home technology, but like you mentioned about using stuff that's familiar and integrating that and just kind of stepping them through the process to get these people up to speed?
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add, is that ultimately the platforms are flexible. So I mean, yesterday we were talking about wiring condos and buildings. Today it's about Wi-Fi. Clearly that adds flexibility. I read an article recently that described fiber optic as the new utility that when buildings are being designed and conceived and built. And so I think, building in future capability, up front is going to be key. And certainly we have every belief that, wireless, Bluetooth, NFC technology is going to be here for the long term. And so it really is about ensuring flexibility is first and foremost in planning.
That's great.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. I know you're busy, and we really appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
If you'd like to learn more about Samsung's smart home technology, you can visit their website, developer.samsung.com/smart-home. And remember, all of the guests that you've heard on the show today will be on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/RenovateandBuild.
And we've run out of time again here on the show today. Next week on the show, we're going green. Our guests will be offering green information and solutions.
Yes, I'm looking forward to actually listening to Cypress Hardwood, Jim, talk about why hardwood is actually more sustainable now than ever before, as long, of course, as you're making responsible choices. And we're going to find out about those choices next Saturday.
Also coming up next, find out the latest options when it comes to residential water filter systems. That's on Product Face Off.
And Jim, did you know that 33% of Metro Vancouver's waste comes from construction? Next week, our friends at Climate Smart will be discussing the latest construction, real estate, and carbon emissions brief that was released and why it's important in understanding our industry and where it's headed and how homeowners, of course, are affected.
Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to be on CL 650 this morning. We'd like to thank our producer Dwayne and the entire crew here at Newcat Radio for their help.
Coming up next, Tom Lucas and Sherry Brown with Radio Real Estate. See you next Saturday.
Introducing a revolutionary new construction system. This is Renovate and Build with Jim and Sandra.